Are you ready? Are you
I am
ready?
ready.
Ready. Anyway, I just received the draft link. Let's see. I think they just readied up. Like when I got it was really early for once. So let me just
Yes.
load it in.
Yeah, we apologize for the delays. There was a bit of a bug with getting the tags to between the teams, but we now do have a draft link. The maps so far that have been banned: Haunted Mines, Dragonshire, hiccups again, Dragonshire, Sky Temple, and we still have 3 to go.
Yes, and this is Team Refuse versus LDLC here in the Enter the Storm Cup number 2. It's the third qualifier, and of course everything here is sponsored by Alienware and Rocket, and of course coverage and everything is taken by Gosugamers. I'm Heflamok. With me is Mr. Thatcher. We actually said our favorite teams today were Wellmet versus LDLC. But to be honest, looking at the last game, the comeback of Refuse against a pretty good-looking MKN team, it was, I don't know, pretty upsetting.
If Refuse can play as well as they did in the last 5 minutes of that last game,
Yep.
all through this game, then I have no doubt they can win. However, if they play as well as they did in the beginning, in the early parts of that last game against LDLC, LDLC is going to be far less forgiving than the team of MKM was.
That's for sure. Also, the finisher on LDLC should be a lot more standardized,
Yes.
a lot more
Much more
routine,
aggressive,
etc.
far more standard.
Yeah.
And we'll see how the draft does go for them, though. It is going to be first pick for Team Refuse, aka, and first ban as well. Map, once again, going to be Cursed Hollow.
Wait, did we all like all maps today Curse Hollow?
Yep.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, Thatcher.
Best out of 3 finals. We'll have some variety there.
I guess. I guess. We should forbid Curse Hollow. Like,
No!
let me make
you know
that
what happens
note.
if you
Next
forbid Cursed Hollow? You only get Dragonshire.
next qualifiers, Curse Hollow is forbidden. And Dragonshire.
Yeah. Lost Vikings banned out by Refuse. LDLC sticking with their guns, banning out Zagara. They really don't like dealing with this.
And I predict Jaina Savannah's Vala as the first picks.
Yep, I agree with you. I think that's exactly what we're going to see.
Because not just did we have Cursed Hollow all the way, we also had the same beginner's draft pretty much, like securing the ladies, and we even saw lady number 4, the SGT, who, well, she got a nerf, but sometimes she's still slipping in here and there. Jaina for starters, and now LDLC. As we know them, we already covered like what 2 games with them today. Vala and Savannah's is really the most likely outcome, unless they really want to surprise us, but it doesn't really look like it.
It's the same map, it's the same story. There is the Vala and the Sylvanas. Refuse. Trying to remember what they picked last time. I think they brought in... Yeah, but they brought in Illidan and Malfurion in the last game right now.
Yep, definitely. And we have to see if they actually repeat this. And I'm just thinking about what happened today. I think every combination of Vala, Savannah's won, except for last game where, well, it looked like they won, but then again, Mrs. Jaina made a comeback on Team Refuse. So it's the first time actually the Jaina side won. Now that we have a bit more equal teams, and maybe Refuse not with the lucky comeback as they already did it before, we have to see if they can pull it off.
Yeah, we have only had 3 games though, so it's quite a small sample size to pick from. And Refuse running down their clock pretty far. They're into their bonus pool, quite a long way. So we'll have to see what they do pick out. Just running it down to try and make a decision. It's going to be Diablo as their first, and Uther.
That's interesting. Not. I mean, to run the Diablo, Uther Diablo is something we saw. I mean, Refuse played the Diablo last game on Konos, was that? Oh no, it was the other way around.
It wasn't Konos.
Konos was the ETC. No, the other way around.
No, Konos was the Diablo because he did the Konos Diablo plays.
Exactly.
Where he dived in, first blooded himself.
True. And second blood too. No, I'm confused. I'm trying
he
to.
He does that. He does that most games. That's why it's a phrase, pulling a Konos.
Well, I'm trying just to get the names on the players and everything, especially with new teams. This always takes a while for casters to, I don't know, get used to it. And sometimes those teams, I mean, some of these teams are really just building up for, I don't know, one tournament, and then they come back to another tournament or another qualifier in a new roster, etc. So we have to see where they go. There is just, 7, 8 teams in the EU scene that are actually staying as they are right now. And in America, we have like 3, 4, 5.
Indeed. Well, one of the longest standing teams in terms of rosters are currently looking for a fifth player in the form of SK.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's been going around. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with them. So like you said, teams just swapping rosters
Yes.
is fairly common at the moment. Like, who's the longest running? Is it Fnatic?
That's actually a good question. I mean, here in Europe, Fnatic,
Yeah.
SK, I think they were the first ones
Not
to
SK,
actually...
because SK brought in Bakery and Snitch. Snitch's the most recent one, I think. Snitch
Oh,
and Zafni.
you mean as in like a standing roster, not as the
Yeah.
organization? Oh,
No,
well,
not as
that I can't
organization.
tell you. That I
Okay.
really can't tell you. But as
Fair
for
enough.
organizations, SK has been around as one of the first ones. Fnatic joined in...
I'd say SK are probably the longest, definitely, because Fnatic were on MYI
Yes.
and then switched to Fnatic.
Exactly, yeah.
Yep.
Anyway,
and,
the draft continues, and look what we got. We get more ladies, actually, but on a side I didn't expect it on.
we have the triple Druid comp actually coming in from LDLC with the Sylvanas, although she's more Banshee now, the which we already saw, the Tyrande, and the Malfurion. Team Refuse finishing up their lineup with the Falstad, and very interesting here, the Thrall.
Yeah, Thrall. That's... I think someone, like half an hour ago in the chat said, why is nobody picking Thrall? Well, here you go, lad. There's your Thrall.
Yeah, and Thrall is quite interesting because it is kind of expected nowadays when someone's picking an Uther, it's a good setup for a melee assassin. By the way, LDLC finishing up their lineup with Chen again. But when someone's picking a Uther, it's quite likely they are going in to a melee assassin. But usually that would be indicative of maybe a Kerrigan, maybe an Illidan. The Thrall pick is very interesting and quite out of the ordinary.
Yep, and, well, Chen... What combination do we actually have for the Lunar stun? That's kind of what I'm trying to find at the moment, because I don't see a traditional combination. That's why the Chen is striking me so as a kind of unusual thing.
It's just, I think it's just going to be more relying on the just the extra damage they're getting from Hunter's Mark, and the stun is just a little bit extra. Like, they have no full damage. Like, maybe if they take the Chen slow kick, the pressure point, but that is a very late game option to take there.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
I think it's just the extra heals, the extra utility, the Hunter's Mark especially for Sylvanas and Valor.
Yeah.
So those are the options I can
but
think
still,
of.
like having the option between a Chen and a ETC in this specific draft, I don't know. I would have guessed we have the ETC. Not to mention that Curse Hollow is a huge map, and we have mobility on Refuse in form of a Falstad. Having a stage dive ETC would have been also quite interesting. Anyway, guys, swapping directly into the game because lobby is pretty fast, so the long waiting ends in a very fast lobby and everything. That's perfect for us.
Indeed. So we can get into this game as soon as possible. We have 7 out of 10 players readied up, and we can get underway soon.
And look at this Chen. Look at this Chen. It's...
I cannot see him. I get vision on the other team.
Oh, right. Oh, too bad.
It's a LDLC though, so they're running the Master Skin Green Chen.
Yeah, it's... I don't even know which one that is, if that's the Master Skin, but it's like...
Is it a straw hat or a metal hat?
The straw hat where he looks through...
Yeah, and he has the huge blade on the end of his staff now, and it's green. Yes, that is first skin, Master Skin. I run the purple tint of that.
Oh god, no, I think it's horrible. I mean, it's a fluffy panda, and now you don't even see the face.
Well, that's the case with most of Chen skins, to be fair.
True, but still, that's why I don't like it. Everything else is pretty much standard. The Malfurion is, I don't know what that is. Is that... I don't know. Diablo
it's the
skin?
Betrayer skin, isn't it? Betrayer skin, Malfurion,
yeah,
the one with the scythe.
Looks like it.
I'm trying to remember what skins they were playing last game. Tyranda's running a default skin, I'm pretty sure, unless she's running the Blood Elf skin, I'm pretty sure. Sylvanas is definitely on default skin, and Valor also default, I think.
Yeah.
Default or Master.
It's really just a Chen and a Malfurion shiny at the moment with all the shinies. Yeah. We are waiting for one player, LoL versus XD.
Yep. On the side of Refuse, skin-wise, we have just green skin tint on regular skin on the Jaina. Master Skin Diablo, one of the cooler Master Skins in the game, in my opinion. The Medic Uther, and just black skin tint on the Falstad, and I can't see the last player.
Yep. And I don't know what to say. Like, I'm really stunned by this Chen, to be honest, and I have to see how it works out. Overall, I think Refuse the draft is, of course, a tiny bit better, but this is just me saying that. Then again, we have on the other side, of course, like Tyrande, Savannahs, and the Vala. So the 3 ladies there, we saw what the Archer combination can do. The triple Archer, we called it in the last game. It was quite devastating what they did.
Yeah, and we are loading into the game. This is our round of 4 game semi-finals. Winner will go on to the finals. We don't have the other finalists yet. Their final. Oh, yes, we do. They will move on to play against Synergic, I believe that is pronounced.
Whoa, they already played that. Okay. They are quite
apparently
ahead of us. So the other semi-final already played. Synergy is... Oh, no, Synergic.
Yep.
That's like the name, I guess.
that is where I got confused. I was like, Synergy. Wait, no. Synergic.
There's a synergy in. Either way, just to not confuse my overlays and everything, we have on the left side LDLC. Is that correct?
Yep.
Yes. Oh, perfect. I don't even need to change the overlays, and that gives us enough time to actually introduce the players properly. Of course, here in the mid, we already see them matched up. Alastor is playing the Vala, Vippelino on the Chen, Lol versus XD on the Tyrande, while Furin, Pollard, played by Polator, I guess, because Spanish, Polator, and Hiroke, with some nice plays in the last game, by the way, we had of them. Is of course on the Savannahs.
He's on Ranger Savannahs as well, not base. I was mistaken. And on the right-hand side, in the red trunks, we have Team Refuse. And on the Thrall, it is going to be Toxical. Arkham is playing the Uther. Merlin is back on that Jaina. Konus getting ready to give away first blood again on the Diablo. And in the mid lane, heading down to bot, is Noisen playing the Falstad.
Oh, that was pretty humor, like... You know, ripping it in, putting the soul in the already existing room.
He keeps doing it, though. Until he stops doing it, I'm going to take the mick out of it.
But, well, this time he's on a different mount. Like, a Diablo in that skin on a pig, it looks so wrong. Like, Greenpeace, Annabelle Abuse, they would definitely have a say on this one.
Wonder Billy's better for that. It's just so out of place. It's complete size different. Looks like they're getting ready to try and go for an engage up in this top lane. Maybe see if they can catch someone out, and there they go. They're going in. Noisen is trading a bit, and they're going... Oh, Toxical taking a huge amount of damage there from that Blizzard. Konus not dying yet, so he did engage and managed to not die barely. He is able to get out, and once again, Refuge's first blood attempt not going as well as they'd hoped.
Yes, and I mean, that was the perfect combination you can have on LDLC side. A triple stun into a triple... Oh god, it really hurts when you all 3 get hit.
Yep, not much you can do about it. And Merlin, even though he got most of that Blizzard off, is still having to play quite far back as he took a lot of unnecessary damage. Polator now just hiding in the bush, seeing if he can join in, but no one's playing far enough forward. Konus getting a bit of harassment on him. Alistair just farming the wave, not giving Ufa too much trouble there. And in the bot lane, Chen and Falstad just chilling, doing a bit of damage to each other. Vippelino being forced back. He's not in any particular danger right now. Hammerang already been used.
Well, just chilling, you say, but this didn't look like chilling. Both on the edge of their HP
That is
boys.
just chilling. Neither one's in any particular danger. Now Falstad's in danger. He has to tap. But until one of them had tapped, neither one was going to get the kill on the other.
Well, let's see where this one is going at the moment. Like the Archer combination, just with 2 Archers. Malfurion actually in the background there. They swapped into mid. There's the Uther, but... Well, at the moment, they're not trying to go for some pressure, even though they could. Now Hiroka finally getting that curse on the buildings. Oh, no, it wasn't even. It was really just the Black Arrows coming out.
Yep, Black Arrow, very nice at just disabling those buildings. And we're seeing Konus once again rolling in here, looking for an engage opportunity. He does not have any kind of stun follow-up hit apart from Arkham, but Arkham has to get very close. Toxical could potentially land a root, but it's going to be very risky for either of them to get a good engage here. And Merlin, nice little trade there with Alistair, comes out a little bit ahead.
And the first tribute is coming. I mean, so far in all the other games we had the first tribute pretty much easy given away to either or team, but let's see how those 2 teams now handle it. It's the first time they see each other here, at least in this qualifier for obvious reasons. It's single elimination, but Alastor is in position, but in a position you don't really want to be.
Nice owl to deny those, and that's going to buy them a little bit of time. Polator's here as well. He does have the Moonfire. He's trying to charge in, and he gets it. Another deny coming in here. Alistair has tapped Konus, taking a lot of damage here, but he's going to be able to get out. And it's currently a 4 versus 4. Everyone chilling up here in bot lane. We still have Chen and Falstad hanging out together. And both these teams just chilling at the moment. They don't really want to engage because they know... the team of LDLC knows that if they engage, then they're going to get a Konus to the face. And if Konus gets too far forward, then this happens. He gets harassed down and killed off. There's the route, though, onto Alistair, but no follow-up for it.
Oh, this is, I don't know, it ended in a standoff, but now that Konus is dead, I think we have it settled. LDSC, they take the first tribute. There's no more interrupt. Bottom, you already said it, they just chill here. So I think experience-wise, it really comes down just to 2 kills. The advantage, everything else was kind of even. But look at this, in the mid, there's the pressure. But we have Refuse actually going for that camper. That's quite early, and maybe that puts some nice pressure there on LDSC.
Yeah, and what we saw in that fight was Konus, he played far too aggressive. He tried to zone for his team, but his team weren't there with him, and he didn't have enough heals to keep him alive when they actually did move in, because they were like, okay, Konus is really far forward now, and he has to go round the tribute. He has a very small area that he can get stunned in, so they just rolled in and just poked him down with all their ranged abilities, because there's nothing he can do about it. He can't tackle to anything, because he's way too far away from anything.
The problem is now, how useful is this Bruiser camp actually? Because with the Savannahs right there, it's gonna be stopped pretty much at the keep, and we have a second tribute spawning, and that is with Uther being really low in mana and HP. Also Merlin, the same goes for the Jaina, while the others, they're just sitting there. Konus is the first one, but yeah, there will be a Moonfire for sure. He's waiting till the very last cast timer pretty much, and again, another standoff developing here.
Yep, and he's just going to hang here and do his noise, and taking quite a lot of damage here. He can't deal with Vipolino. Another Moonfire coming down, and they're doing nothing about this. Merlin and Alistair still hanging around. There we go. They're finally coming around the wall to chase off Polator there. But there's a lot of people here. They need to be careful not to just accidentally lose anyone here. And all their 60 trying to get an angle to get the Sentinel, and he does.
Oh, what a
lands on
here.
Toxical. There's the cleanse, but he is able to back out with that movement speed from the Wind Fury, and Konus able to grab that tribute.
Okay, persistent, and in the end he gets it through, so it's a 1-1 situation on the tribute. However, in all that time, LDLC, with of course the kills and a bit of better distribution on the lanes, they made it to almost 1 level advantage. Now, let's see where this one is going. So far, it's really just the towers that suffered the most, but also LDLC puts a lot of pressure on it. Like, look at this Chen, you worked through that Falstad, so prevailing in the lane. In the mid, we had the archers just going for it, and now level 10 here on LDLC, which means this is the call, this is the wake-up call now, pretty much. They have to fight now to use that advantage. If they wait too long, then Refuse has those talents too.
Yeah, Refuse, trying to just zone away, keep this fort safe, and like you said, even though they have the talent advantage, not really too much coming out of LDLC for the moment, just hanging about. Noisen going to be diving down to this top lane with his fly, so he can, bot lane, just so he can soak up the XP, just get his team up to 10.
Yep, and pretty much this ends again in some standoff, but oh, that was a
nice
stun on
play.
Konus, and I saw this actually connecting, but no idea how he did.
It was a cleanse. Luther cleansed it, so it didn't go down.
Oh.
The stun doesn't affect if you cleanse a split second before it happens.
I didn't see the cleanse up there.
It's quite hard to spot, and down goes mid-fort, though, due to the fact they have no cleanse, they are outnumbered, and down it goes.
But still, we have an 11-10 situation right now. The next tribute is spawning, but it's pretty close to the LDLC base. And instead, Refuse making a very interesting move. They head towards the boss. The pings came out. Jaina, here Merlin is joining them. So yes, they accept the tribute. The Sentinel is flying, so they will spot this out. By now, the boss is, well, 80%, and I think this is too late. Oh, Falstad.
Falstad.
Yeah.
The kick did not send Vipolino over Falstad. He's giving chase, doing his Chen thing, just being absurdly sticky. He did not land the slow though, so Noisen gonna be able to get out. And Noisen once again going with the build he did last time, taking that Flow Rider talent at level 4, so that he has that reduced cooldown on his barrel roll. Great for escapes in that kind of scenario. And both teams gonna be getting a boss.
And now that we have the level 10 talents, let's just look at it. We have Strafe, the CAC for obvious reasons, Starfall, Tranquility, well, nothing surprising here, Wailing Arrow, Apocalypse this time, Divine Shield, so yeah, everything is normal. Well, the Thrall picked up Sundering, that is like the most common one, like, I don't know, the ratio of those ultimates is like 9 to 1 or so.
Yeah, Earthquake is fun, and there's combos you can do it with. Like if you combine it with a Jaina Blizzard, and you take like the triple Blizzards, then you basically land it all, and it's a lot of damage. But Sundering is just so much better. And there we go, we see the Sundering. Apocalypse comboed with it onto Polator. Strafe gets full duration off. Vipolino has already barreled to get himself out of there as he was targeting most of that burst. Polator getting overpowered here. The engagement continues. Merlin, his water elemental is completely distracted. Divine Shield goes down to Toxical, but he is not done. The Divine Shield did absolutely nothing. They're chasing onto Vipolino. There's the Shadow Charge to overpower, but he kicks himself out. Does not get rooted. Kodos gets dropped low. And somehow the only person to die there was Tyrande. Look how low Refuse are.
Yep, I think that chase, I mean, they had to pay for every meter they made towards LDLC. In the end, they have to take that curse because after that chase, you said it already, they were so low on HP and everything, so they have to accept this curse for now, but at least they got that one kill. Not worth it in the end, and now with all this curse is probably gonna cost them maybe even something in the base already. Let's see.
Well, right now it is a 4 versus 5, but now Tyranda's turned up. The numbers are evened out again. Kodos already demounted, looking for this opportunity, gets rooted. He wants to try and maybe catch someone, maybe pull someone over the wall, but no one is near enough, and now the wall is pretty much dead, so it won't make much of a difference. Stun lands on Archon and Toxical. Overpowers a minion by Konos, not ideal. Starfall coming down already.
Well, this Starfall is doing a lot of damage here in the right spot, but Refuse. They want to stop the siege, they have to go in now, otherwise look at this damage, 50% already on this one, and now, well, this is timeout going on the Chen, but he's just leaping over the Diablo and doesn't care at all.
Then doing the standard Chen thing of stand in the middle of a fight and soak up everything. He has 5 stacks. Nice Sundering though into Apocalypse. Gets Polator. Wailing Arrow goes down and hits multiple members. Hinterland Blast. And Polator just tanks it up, but he takes the Hammerang to the face. Toxical being dropped low. He goes down. Vipolino is still tanking. He finally gets taken out. And Noisen able to barrel roll out of there. And that was a 1-for-1. But however, this keep is going to go down.
Yep, it doesn't really matter in the end how much you trade here. 1-for-1, yes, it's even, but with the keep being down, that's an easy one, and that means LDSC, they will go back. You already see they head probably towards the Bruisers. Maybe, nah, Savannah's taking that Watchtower here. He won't go for the Siege Giants. That's too risky. It's too close to the enemy base. So in the end, it was quite a nice fight, but of course, Frel there. I think the biggest mistake in this fight, or what means mistake, is they had the Malfurion on like, it felt like 1% HP. He was super low, but somehow he just got the heals, and it was, yeah, that was the biggest thing. So Tranquility, full duration.
He survived the Hinterland as well, due to that heals and those shields. However, talent choices from Team Refuse, very reactionary and very clever in this particular scenario. We have the From the Shadows, which is pretty standard, and the Shrink Ray coming out of Diablo and Uther. However, Jaina has been taking a lot of those bursts there and has taken the improved ice block for this due to the fact that she's been getting engaged. So it's nice she gets her chill off, so when she comes out of it she can do some counter damage and hope that Diablo's already healed for her. And the other two, that Chen's becoming a huge problem for them, so Falstad and Thrall here both taking Giant Killer just to help them finally wipe out that Chen.
Yep, the Giant Killer definitely helps, especially on a Frel and Falstad if they get in the right position. At the moment we have sort of a building trade, but the problem is LDSC, they have a head start. Like, now they're even a tiny bit more than a level in advantage, and look at this. I mean, bottom sure, they get that wall on the towers, but now they're already facing... Look at this pushing power.
Vipolino's already over the wall, just tanking this keep to try and drain some of its ammo, and this is something Chen can do, and he's not taking too much for this. He's finally backed out now that his minions are here, and has moved in to do damage instead of tank. But look at him, he is so tanky right now, just brewing up. There goes the Starfall onto those 2 buildings, just helping them kill it off. Vipolino a bit out of position here, needs to be very careful. Kodos is the one who gets stunned though, but able to back out. He's playing very far forward, and this is what keeps getting him killed usually. Toxical moving forward, he's looking for a good Sundering opportunity.
Oh, this is really bad news, because LDRC, they didn't commit anything to this. This was all just Chen standing in the front, soaking it up, and then some ranged siege coming in, and that way the keep is going on. But then again, Refuse proved today already that they can come back on bad situations, and we have to see what's going on here. Right now, the boss is up on both sides. They scout even the Sentinel. That's quite interesting, just in case nobody else does it. No, I don't know why, but they scouted either way, and I think this is going a 1-1 boss trade so far.
Doesn't look like it actually. Refuse appear to be making their way down. I think they want to try and contest the one of LDLC. The Sentinel spots them though, so LDLC know 100% that this is coming for them. The talents are even. Nice route. There's the cleanse, but he's on his own now, and there's the barrel of Bipolino preventing any kind of interruption, and he's able to roll himself out as well. Very nice. Boss taken by LDLC, and Chen's having none of that crap.
Oh, this is really, really bad. Now they got the boss, they have to focus on it completely. And LDLC, they're circling around, they don't care. Let them deal with the golem, and they take the other boss. I think Refuse would have been better off taking their own boss, but they really try to do something, grab that momentum back, just like we saw in the last game. But this time against LDLC, this one completely failed. So they're gonna get this boss down before I think it does even damage to the core. But the problem is they get another boss right away, and they lose a second tribute on this because it's spawning right away close to the LDLC base.
Yeah, but LDLC aren't actually near it. Someone could run over there potentially and try and steal it. They're heading up. They wanted to try and contest, but they're far too late. They're just leaving their core to take care of the boss that's already there. Right now, looking for an easy kill. Arkham playing so aggressively here. That's a risky move, but into the angle. There's the Sundering, but unfortunately Toxic was rooted. The cleanse came down, but that is a Sundering used with no follow-up thanks to that great zoning route there by Podator.
And what are they doing now? Ignoring that golem means a lot of damage to the core.
Oh, that Wailing Arrow on all 4 members. This is going to be an easy fight. There's the Apocalypse only on Podator. Hinterland Blast coming out from Noisen does nothing. He's vaulted over the wall for escape. Kodus getting healed from Ufa. He is also backing up, looking for something else to do. This is absolutely game. Kodus coming in to try and defend, but it's just him and Noisen, and there's nothing they can do. Great fight, great Wailing Arrow there out of Sylvanas. GG, and it's going to be LDLC moving on to the final.
Yep, definitely nothing you can do here. I think this boss trade, or this not taken boss trade, is pretty much what broke their neck, because they thought they were in time to challenge the boss. That wasn't the case, so they had to run behind the other golem trying to chase him down. That golem actually took the shield down, another 8% on the core, and then they lost the top golem as well. They were just not fast enough on the objectives in LDLC. For them it was really just a standard ranged siege thing. Barely any team fights committed, standard and routine pretty much.
Yep, so very well played by LDLC. They move on to the finals, where they will be playing against Synergic, and that is what will be coming next. That will be a best of 3, so we'll finally see a map that isn't cursed.
Not so sure about it. I think they can still draft it. In theory,
they can draft it, but we will see guaranteed at least 1 map that isn't cursed, because they have to play at minimum 2 games.
True. Well, either way, Synergic is waiting, and now we just wait till the bracket updates, 5 minutes music, and then we are going in the finals, and then we decide for today, at least for Saturday today, who's qualifying for Cup number 2, the $5,000 on the line. There are already 4 teams plus 2 from the last weekend waiting. This weekend we're gonna get 2 more. Tomorrow also 16 CEST, of course, is the second qualifier for the weekend. So yep, 5 minutes music, and we are back.